Chris, another loaded term that you mentioned is Bitcoin itself. Can you tell us the various meanings that this word takes?
Sure. So there's a difference between Bitcoin, B larga, B chiquita. Wait, that's capitalization.
B corta.
B corta, yeah.
B corta is, B larga is capitalization.
Okay, B larga is capitalization, and then B corta is the little guy. So B larga, Bitcoin, refers to the network. And so that is really, say, the software, the information network. And B corta is the currency that incentivizes that network. And so it can be a little confusing, but the important thing to remember is Bitcoin with B larga is what has the ledger and what records all of the transactions, and then B corta is the unit of account within that ledger.
So is Bitcoin B larga blockchain or not exactly?
Bitcoin B larga uses a blockchain. That is the ledger that keeps track of the transactions. But Ethereum uses its own blockchain, which is totally separate from Bitcoin's blockchain. Or Decred uses its own blockchain, totally separate. And so the reason for this is these different blockchains are recording information about the native asset, Bitcoin with B corta, for example. And so you wouldn't want a mixture of all these different assets on these different ledgers. To make it even more confusing, there are then private blockchains, right, that companies are developing, where it's much more like a software as a service. And there's no native asset in those, because really those companies are using private blockchains to make their existing goods and services more efficient. And so they still have a profit motive. They're still, say, taking from that system. And so they don't need a native asset.
Right.